Life goes by so fast. With the world changing so rapidly, it's important to take a moment to reflect on where we've been and where we're going. People tend to only think of busy streets and skyscrapers when they think of New York. But on the other side of the state lies one of the most powerful natural forces in the world.
You can touch it, John! Look! Ooh.
Touching a rainbow?
Yeah! I've never been to Niagara Falls before. They're so majestic and it makes you feel so small.
This is the first time I've been here and this is wonderful. I grew up in the mountains and so I always like the sound of rivers. Seeing nature is really at its finest, most powerful.
It's so cool meeting Jason. He's like an encyclopedia of Niagara Falls.
The cool thing about waterfalls is they're never in the same place. About 15,000 years ago, the location of Niagara Falls was way downriver, and it's been slowly making its way up by erosion. I have the best job in the world. I get to teach people about the natural wonders of the earth, how the earth was shaped, and how people interact with the earth. Niagara Falls is in my backyard. So when we're teaching students, we can show them one of the natural wonders of the entire planet right here.
100 yards down to American Falls?
That's right, maybe a couple of football field lengths down to the American Falls. As a geologist, you look at the earth as sort of a single snapshot in time. This is what it looks like right now, but it's not what it looked like in the past, and it's not what it'll look like in the future.
You know, when we're growing up, we see things in our life that we go, how does that work?
Being able to learn about the natural world helps me understand the intersection of society and Mother Earth.
I can't see! Makes you feel more appreciative of everything around you. Hello, people!
And Niagara doesn't only affect the earth. It also played an important role in this nation's cultural history.
This is an old customs house that was constructed in the 1860s and is housing a heritage center to celebrate Underground Railroad chronology.
Meeting Saladin really opened my eyes to the history of the Underground Railroad, how much courage it took these people to travel by foot and then swim across frozen rivers.
The Niagara was the last point before they were into freedom.
Freedom seekers arrived to this actual location where there was only one more river to cross. In this center, we share unique stories of freedom seekers who were everyday people that have secured freedom for other people that we actually see today. If you're able to share those common themes, you can grow a level of understanding amongst each other where you can empathize and put yourself in the other person's shoes. See that we're more alike than we are different.
It's neat when you go to these groups of people you've never met before and you realize we could be family. We are family in a way.
A lot of youth may not think that they actually have a voice. It's important for them to be inspired, empowered, and educated to make this world a much better place. We're not just taking a walk through the past. We're learning about thinking critically and creatively about the world around you to secure freedom for people today.
We have our freedom, we have so much around us, and all we have to do is take advantage of this life that we have. Just make it the best we can.
We're off now just 2 hours east of the falls to the serene Canadas Lake to hear from a man who studied another historic trailblazer, Henry David Thoreau.
To be a trailblazer is to find a new path. But it's not necessarily a path that no one has ever trod before. It's the path that you haven't been on. To use all your senses, heighten your awareness, get the most out of every glance. My name is David Leff. I guess I'm the Thoreau specialist.
David, he's a poet, so passionate about the environment. It gets me motivated.
He had this explanation of how Thoreau looked at the world and how Thoreau looked at nature.
Someone like Thoreau, they feel an obligation to excite people to investigate the world immediately around them.
It would go to, I mean, he was so hungry for the knowledge.
Showing them the wonders that are there, the simple wonders. And that's all about continuing to explore, to see the world anew.
Okay, you're thoroughly...
Before we leave New York, I want to go running one more time. David told me there isn't a better place for a run than Watkins Glen State Park, right in the middle of New York State.
Come on, keep up.
I'm keeping up.
We don't need the things that others said were true. Take your time. Mama mine, put your trust in me. We'll fade out. All these years. Wow.
Real inspiration comes from direct connection with the things around you. We don't have to go fast or far to see the magnificence of nature, to be inspired. You can find it right at home. The things that are wild. It's the bear that just scurried into the woods, or the turning of the leaves, or a storm whipping up waves on a lake. All of that is got a little bit of wildness in it.
Looking up, can't you see it's enough? We didn't need the things that others said were true.
Heaven is not just over our heads, it's under our feet.